Awesome date, January 4th, 2010. Awesome topic. It's like Star Trek in space.
Wait.
This is the OSMcast. Greetings and salutations from the year 2010.
Happy New Year! We're in the past.
Yes.
Speaking to the future.
Like, we're technically talking from even before Christmas. Ooh.
Although it's the day after the solstice for us, and that's kind of like me the day after Christmas.
Yes.
Nice. You and your crazy, unchristian holidays.
Well, it's just convenient, and it's the beginning of winter. It should be noted.
Memo to Future Lee. Do that thing I've been wanting to do that involves video games and playing them. That's pretty much it.
Possibly even finishing the subject of the OSMcast this evening.
Possibly.
But see, and then it'll be in the future. I mean, it's now in the future, so maybe I already have finished it.
We can only hope, because we're probably going to spoil it.
Either way, by now, you'll already know the ending.
Yes.
So, welcome once back to the OSMcast. I'm Basil.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Lee.
And that is us for this prestigious episode, this episode of episodes in which we talk about things in the past for the future, like every other episode.
Yes.
So, of course, let's ring in the new year some basics. You can always email us at awesomecast.com.
Do it.
Actually, no, you visit the website at awesomecast.com.
Do
where
it.
You can check out the indexes of Awesome Past, the Awesome Galleries when we occasionally post pictures from conventions we go to, even though we haven't done that in like a year.
Even though we have pictures.
So, yeah, even though we have pictures, I need to get off my butt and do and then process those.
Like that I've probably vaguely promised half a dozen people, probably a couple dozen, several dozen people at AWA that their pictures might show up on our website.
Maybe that's
Hopefully
true.
some of them are actually listening and have
Possibly.
forgiven me from this statement that I have actually no way of controlling.
Well, if they want to yell at us about it, they can either post in the comments section or send us an email.
Well, at least you didn't hold a charity where you said the winner would get it in their own comic and then wait a year to actually do it.
At awesomecast@gmail.com. Or if you get really mad, just want to yell at us, you can use the Awesome line.
So you can actually use your voice and yell at us.
Yeah, 209 Awesome line. Or it's 209-676-5463.
I'm going to call that right now. Okay, no.
That'd be stupid.
It'd be funny.
No, it would not be funny. It'd be stupid.
It would be funny.
Don't be stupid.
Okay, so.
Stupid.
After
After that's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not during the podcast.
Then we'll do talking to us while we're talking to us, and that's...
It's meta. It's totally meta.
No, that's metally stupid. It's dumb. It's not cool.
Look, I heard you like your podcast, dog, so I thought you could be podcasting while you're podcasting.
Okay, we're going to train on the World of Awesome. We're just World of Awesome, go. So, speaking of 2010, near the very end of 2009, a bunch of people's, like, Bandai's mobile website suddenly hosted a graphic that read as follows. Nude Code Geass. New Code Geass, not nude. Code Geass.
Ooh, CC.
Project
C2.
launch green lit. Wait for more info in
Cal-
2010.
Khaled.
The image added...
Nelly.
That's
No!
the project. You nerds. represents a rebirth, and that a geass would take a new step starting today. The message is signed with the name Zero.
Wow.
It could just be an anime adaptation of the Nightmare of Nunnally manga, and that's totally not new. And they might do that and say it's totally new. But, yeah. I'm speculating. I have no actual knowledge.
That would be an alternate, setting, though. It wouldn't be the original Code Geass setting.
So, I wonder who... Because Lelouch... Is he going to come back?
Well, I mean, with Lelouch, was
supposed to be...
He could be dead. He could not be dead.
He's Schrodinger's Lelouch?
Yes.
Schrodinger's Lelouch.
He's Schrodinger's Lelouch.
Well, it's Zero's kind of the Schrodinger hero. Until we see under the mask, it could be anyone under there. Even me.
And depending on just how much money Bandai wants to make, he may show up or may not. If they really want money, he will. If they only sort of want money, they'll just use a brand new character.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't care, it'll be Suzaku.
Now, this is supposed to be a new, super release. It's going to have, a comic series, music, visual works, and some other stuff.
Blow-up dolls.
Yeah.
Body pillows.
Khaled.
Scantily clad figurines with removable underwear.
Well, we're
getting usual.
We're getting into too creepy territory here.
This is a standard for Bandai anime. What are you talking about?
Now, as far as the comic goes, there is one that's been called Code Geass. It's sort of loosely translated either as Jet Black Reina or Code Geass Reina of the Blackness, which sounds way more like a Code Geass name.
Darker than blackness.
That's different animation entirely. Anyways, the director and story co-creator, Goro Taniguchi, is going to be creating the story concepts and scripted the story of this new manga. So, it's the first one that he has actually scripted himself.
Mm.
So, it takes place in the same Code Geass continuity as the anime, and this could be the actual. They might do an anime adaptation of the same thing.
Mm.
Is what this might be, and it apparently does include a perpetual young witch named Reifu CC or C2.
Nanu.
And apparently it's and we'll see. Apparently it might be taking place in more of the Edo period. There is a mechanical left arm throwing stars.
Yeah.
Any mention of giant mecha yet?
No. As little as mecha show up in Code Geass, I'll feel bad if there's no mecha at all.
But so it looks like it's the same continuity, just different time period.
Mm.
So, who knows? Maybe Lush went back in time. Just like we're going forward in time.
If we're going to do a time travel in Code Geass, I demand American Revolution Code Geass so I can see C2 partying with George Washington and Ben Franklin. Like she swears she did.
We totally got drunk.
They did.
It was awesome.
We had some pizza.
George Washington had a Geass that let him write the most depressing letters ever.
It's true. He couldn't help himself and he just started writing more and more depressing.
Yes. You don't believe me? Check out his letters. It's history. It's true.
Anyways, you were saying?
Well, speaking of guys who probably get drunk on a regular basis and make things, they're working on, much like the Ava 1.01 they're now about to release their 1.11 final retouch of the first Ava movie. Ava 2.0, the DVD is going to be having touch-ups and retakes as well. It's coming out in the spring in Japan.
Yakiano, when did you become George Lucas? Constantly redoing what you've done.
And aren't we eventually getting a better version of You're Not Alone?
Yes, that'll be the 1.11 release.
So they're doing an even better version?
See, yeah, I got confused too. I thought 1.0 was the original.
It was. Then they released a 1.01.
Yeah, I thought 1.00 was the initial DVD release, and 1.01 was a better one. But no.
There's a 1.11 coming out.
So I have a completely...
So they're making it even better for 2.0?
Yes.
Well, 2.0 is the sequel.
2.0 is the second one.
Oh.
It's the second film. And it's also receiving touch-ups, just like the first one did.
Oh, okay.
But they're all now releasing... Well, currently we have the 1.01 out on DVD that you can buy. Mm-hmm. But in the future, they've now have a 1.11 that will be released.
Why would they need to release it again?
Because they want money.
But what are they doing to it? They're just touching it up?
Adding new scenes, tweaking scenes, maybe some dialogue changes.
Does that mean... See, I held off... I'm a huge Ava fan, and I still held off on buying the first one just because they were going to come out with a better one that was good quality.
Like, I'm going to wait until they give me one on Blu-ray. I'll buy the Blu-ray.
Yeah,
Until they give me one on Blu-ray, I'm not buying it.
I got the 1.01. I thought I was getting the good version. I apparently got the okay version, but maybe I'll get it on Blu-ray.
Well, yeah. Speaking of crazy new forms of distribution of content, Crunchyroll has added the new Cobra series to their website.
The Psycho Gun?
Cobra the Psycho Gun, which is the latest adventures of...
Cobra!
No, Space Adventure Cobra.
Not
G.I. Joe's Cobra. You know better.
I do know better.
You've played the...
I've played the Sega CD game. That's hardcore.
But we all know about Cobra. We need to talk about Cobra at some point.
We do.
That'd be
I think I only have it on VHS, but I totally have the movie version of the original movie.
We can also, maybe watch the Psycho Gun on Crunchyroll. Ooh.
I guess we could.
Ignore that I have all the fan subs. Anyways, moving on. So it's there and you should watch it. We might talk about it at some point. Of course, some things you won't be watching anytime soon. And that's things like Lost Planet 2, Super Street Fighter 4, and Dead Rising 2. As well as the North American release of Monster Hunter Tri. Because they've all been delayed.
Oh, delayed. At least not canceled.
They're delaying. It's been delayed into a 12-month period starting January 1st, 2010.
So we're delayed for a year?
Well, what they're going to do is we don't know what order the 4 titles will be released in, right? But they're going to stagger them, one for each quarter. So each game will have its own quarter for that game. So over the course of a year, one of them will be delayed a year. The other one won't be delayed, come out at the beginning of the year still. Another one a few months later, another one a few months later, another one a few months later.
As far as Super Street Fighter 4 goes, maybe I'll buy every other installment of the remake of 4. I wonder how many they'll do.
Who knows? It probably depends on how well this one does.
Yeah.
So I don't know if people buy it, it'll be the only one. If people buy it, it'll probably be more.
I'll feel like an idiot if I have 4 versions of the same game, though. Even though each version has a little bit more content.
Which is funny because probably the first game to come out of this bunch is going to be Super Street Fighter 4. As the rumor is, the release date of the beginning of April is going to be its release date. So, if this is going to be the start of the release period for these games, is April 1st, and they're saying the rumors are that Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4, is going to be released on the 1st of April. This might indicate such.
Those commies.
And in Zipper news, Tetsuya Norma has says he's working on something new, or maybe not, or maybe new. Quit unzipping yourself, Lee, and rezipping yourself.
I was doing nothing of the sort.
Oh, Tetsuya Nomura. Sometimes you're awesome. Sometimes you're not.
Ignore that he's already working on Birth by Sleep, the new Kingdom Hearts game for the PSP, and Final Fantasy Versus 13. And technically Agito 13. He is working on 2 unannounced titles as well.
Whoa.
He says they are working on to bring up the quality so that the difference between real-time and pre-renders in the upcoming Final Fantasy Versus 13 is seamless. Agito is going well, and there's still an unannounced title that I'm working on sooner than thought.
For God's sake, please be The World Ends With You Too.
Yes.
Well, voice recording for this title has begun. It is not a brand new title, he says. But there is one more unannounced title.
So it's going to be another Final Fantasy VII game. Son of a bitch.
What is Versus a platform going to be on?
PS3.
Oh, so it's going to be the same as 13 itself?
Well, remember, 13 is also coming on 360.
Ah. So
Like-
that's going to be their exclusive?
So, yeah, well, now it is exclusive to PS3.
Mm.
Who knows? I mean,
And will be worth buying. Also, who the hell knows?
I don't know.
But it's not a remake, it's a whole different story in the same universe, isn't it?
I think it's also an action title.
I believe it's an action title. It, much like the new Code Geass project, is in the same history but a different time era,
Interesting.
which stars a man very, very bored with his life. Or at least that's what the trailers seem to relate
Like
to.
every other Square hero.
Look, this is the guy in their opening trailer. He's just like, guys with guns. I guess I better stand up and look pretty
At least,
and psychically telekinesis some swords around me,
yeah, whatever.
just like the last battle in Final Fantasy XII. I guess.
Well, at least the Final Fantasy 13 has a female lead.
I'm looking
Life.
forward to that.
Don't talk to me about life.
He's not Marvin. Marvin's way cooler.
Well, yes, Marvin is way cooler.
Man, what happened to the Chrono Trigger days of Square?
They turned into the Chrono Cross days of Square, and we turned our backs on them.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm going to go Kevin on this one.
Meh.
Although I love the music in Chrono Cross, so
That
it has
opening
one
song
little,
is awesome.
it has one plus to it.
Like that, the Chrono Cross, like its soundtrack is like the best thing they ever did as far as
Game soundtrack.
Chrono Cross ever did anything for us. I mean, I hate the game, but the soundtrack stays on my Zune. It's a great soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, I guess now we shall move on into a moment of awesome.
It's a moment of awesome. I don't actually have
So
one.
I guess you've been trying to prove my claims that you're not girly enough to task, Kevin. Because you're playing the girliest game that ever girlied.
What? Princess Debut, you mean? You want me to talk about Princess Debut?
I think you want to talk about Princess Debut.
If you feel I must. Okay, this was Princess Debut. It's not really a new game. It was new to me. I had apparently been out for for at least a year, and I hadn't heard about it. It's very understandable. It's from Natsume.
Yes.
They do the Harvest Moon games.
Yeah. So I just saw this game with this big googly-eyed, eyes the size of dinner plates, little anime girl on the front, just come into my store, and I'm like, I gotta give that a try. I don't know what the hell it's about. I'm buying it. I'm buying all the ones that came in, because Christmas is coming. And I did. And I played it. And it's basically Phoenix Wright with ballroom dancing instead of lawyering. You play a girl who you can name whatever you damn well please, who gets sucked into a parallel universe where her parallel universe self is apparently a princess. And she must find a dance partner for the big harvest ball that's 30 days hence. And you also have to learn how to dance. The dancing is all done via a touchscreen interface where you basically follow a path on the touchscreen. You follow a moving dot in time with the dot. But the motions generally mimic the motion of the dancing on the screen, and that's kind of fun.
Is it like Elite Beat Agents at all?
A little. I mean, you're not like tapping dots on the screen, but like you're following a point. That sort of action is kind of similar. And the rest of it is your basic visual novel interface, your typical dating game, except it's a girl wooing guys instead of the other way around. And there's several guys, some of whom are nice, some of whom are jerks, some of whom are clowns. And I don't know, being a straight heterosexual male comfortable in my heterosexuality, I still managed to find a guy I thought was kind of nice and another guy who I thought was a total ass within an hour of playing the game. So it was, it's very girly. It is damn girly. And it was totally became a Christmas present to two of my female friends.
One of which is enjoying it immensely.
Yes, so I feel vindicated somewhat.
Spoiler alert. He's referring to Suze,
Yes.
who was, awesome on the podcast, so
Sometimes.
you can
yes.
totally name drop.
Oh, yeah, Suze. Suze. There we go. I dropped Suze. You should be dropping Suze.
Has been dropped.
Yes.
Don't drop Suze.
Well, not on her head or anything.
That's why you're here to catch her.
Yes.
Ah. As for me, have I talked about Silent Hill Shattered Memories on this program?
No, I do not think that you have.
But that's probably what I would have had Basil not brought up for this debut.
I mean, they're the same game, really.
Yeah, really, they are.
Yeah, one you're dancing, and the other you're running away from monsters that want to rip you limb from limb. You know.
Look, I've tried ballroom dancing. They're very, very similar.
But Shattered Memories is a wonderful little title. It's removed the combat from Silent Hill, and instead you run like hell and use the Wii to, if somebody latches onto you, to, like, swing to your left to knock them off, swing to your right to knock them off, and actually get your adrenaline pumping, and it's kind of crazy. It's got, for those of us who like to shoot murderous little demon children, you're out of luck there, but it seems to have some great story. And the game actually psychologically profiles you, which, well, not to the extent that they make it sound, but you answer questions and it takes your actions into account to change the story in some pretty freaky ways. So it's quite a nice little title. I haven't finished it yet, but I will very shortly.
Yes, if you ogle too many boobies, you may be a sexual deviant.
Yeah, in fact, they can, depending on how you play, you can get some of the female characters to look pretty stripperific, if you will, or they can look not, because it profiles you. Something.
Apparently, the monsters' appearances will change somewhat as well. I've played it through once. I have not played it through. I've not started playing a second game. In fact, I had to delete my save file because the game is really weird. If you buy it, don't fill up the digital camera on your cell phone.
It's a glitch.
You can take 10 pictures tops. Do not save pictures unless you really feel you must. Do not save 10. You may glitch your save file. So
it pretty much corrupted yours and you couldn't play it anymore?
Well, my name went away and I became save file. I apparently, at least mercifully, did not have my game get corrupted. And then I got mad and went, I don't want to be save file, and deleted that.
Well, that's something to take in mind, because I've heard other people talk about this glitch. You use the camera to take pictures of ghosts and shit like that, but you never have to save pictures if you want to for story purposes. So just either save a very few or just don't save any at all.
You can always take more pictures later.
Yes.
You can always play the game multiple times. There are multiple endings.
Mm-hmm.
You can color your house different ways and see your house in all different sort of vivid colors.
Yeah, that was kind of freaky. It switches to segments of a psychologist, and he's like, hey, what would your house look like? And you color it, and then it shows up like that, and it's freaky.
Look at these people. Which ones do you think are sleeping? Which one do you think are dead? It's like, I was kidding, of course. They're all sleeping. He kind of berates you, too. He's a jerk, and he's creepy.
He's got an awesome voice, though.
Yeah.
Isn't he like the same doctor from the actual first Silent Hill?
It's, I think, strongly implied.
I'm not quite sure, but...
Isn't his name Kaufman in the first one? He's Dr. K. And
yeah, he's as much the one in the first game as anyone else in the game is their character component from the first game.
Yes.
They're all...
They've changed.
They're all a little different. So,
we may have to do a podcast on that eventually.
If Basil plays it.
Oh, no, we can talk about it once Lee and Susan beat it.
I can make you sit through a play of it.
Yeah, and watch me scream like a little girl. I don't think so.
That'd be fun.
It's only about, I don't know, it's depending on how you play. I think it's only about 6 to 7 hours long. If you really poke along, you might stretch it out to 12.
But seriously, we'll get you in here, turn off all the lights, and have a nice time of... Ooh, that sounds
I played it in a brightly lit room the whole time. Although I had weird dreams every night there, I played it.
Awesome.
I've been doing something completely different. Well, I've been playing video games, but the game that I beat is our subject of what we're talking about tonight. So instead, I'll talk about the anime I just finished up watching, which is Turn A Gundam.
Turn A.
I just say, first off, that the guy going, Turn A Gundam. It makes way more sense in the first opening than the second one where they totally shoehorned it in. Where it's like this much more peppy, like, boy band tune, and while they're into it, then they go, Turn A Gundam.
Yeah.
It makes no sense at all.
At least in the first one, it sounds all serious and dark.
Yeah, that's where she says her turn A, he's like, Turn A Gundam. And then the song starts.
Yes.
Like, it made sense, but this one just fits it in. But, oh my gosh. The first 7 episodes is like the most infuriating thing to watch
the show.
Ever.
I love the whole show.
Like, oh my god, the two sides are both so stupid.
Yes, they are.
Like, the whole idea is that, the Earth's been blown to crap and back thanks to all the crazy Gundam wars over the years.
And all the previous Gundam series.
Like, because Turn A takes the idea that all the Gundams have happened. All of them. At least up to its creation, and possibly after anyways.
Officially, Turn A is the end of the Gundam timeline. And all official Gundam timelines will show all the alternate universe crap in no particular order, with lines coming off of them, floating in space, to point at Turn A, which comes at the end of the Universal Century. Point. There's like a big gap, a bunch of alternate universes pointing at it, and there's Turn A.
And so you've got your people who are on the moon, who have been asleep for many, many, many years, and eventually they decide, let's go back to Earth. That sounds like a good idea. Meanwhile,
we are the people of the moon. We band Nebraska.
And then the people on Earth, which has now turned into the antebellum South.
Yes, it has.
Is like, we don't want none of them boom peoples on our land.
You can't have Nebraska, even though we ain't doing nothing with it.
Like, seriously, they want to populate this area that's not being used.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, no, you can't have that. That's ours. So they go to war over it. It's so dumb.
Mm-hmm. Well,
But that's what people do. They do dumb things.
Mm-hmm.
And so the main character, Lauren
Seahack. The only character smart enough to go, guys, you're being kind of stupid.
Yeah, he feels like both the main character role and the we should be fighting at all role at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And he constantly he's the sole voice of reason through the majority of the show.
Yes.
No matter what stupid idiots are doing something stupid, he's like, that's stupid. I'm taking my turn at Gundam and fixing this.
And he gets to cross-dress.
Yes, he does.
Well, yes, because originally he was supposed to be a chick. But then Sunrise is like, no, we can't have no chick as a Gundam pilot. Not as the main character.
I mean, I was like, okay, I'm not writing him any different, though.
So that's why half the time they're calling him Lauren or possibly Laura.
Yes.
Yes. And I really think once the point they decide they're trying to head off into space is where the show starts getting good.
Now, that's it. I really enjoyed the show. And the show has the amazing ability to take these really, really, really annoying characters and then somehow out of nowhere turn them around to be really cool and endearing.
Mm-hmm.
Out of nowhere, an event will happen and suddenly I like them a lot.
What do you think of Harry?
Harry Ord.
No, he was one of the cool ones.
Harry Ord is awesome.
He was the other cool one.
Yes.
I firmly do believe that Laura and Harry should form their own, they should be able to be stars in their own buddy cop movie.
Yes.
No, Harry Ord is the only other not idiot in the show.
He's Char, only less political and more awesome. Yeah,
and you never get to see his eyes. Ever. There's a time where he takes off his glasses, only to reveal a different pair of glasses.
That's like Airplane.
Well, it's a little more serious than that, but he has to go undercover for an episode.
Ah.
And he takes off his glasses. The next time you see him, he's already wearing his new glasses.
He puts on his nerd glasses and sweater vest.
Yes.
To infiltrate.
Wow.
It's a good show. Definitely makes use of its full 50 episodes. I kind of feel they probably could have done a better job with it, chopping it into about 2/3 of its size. But you can say that for most Sunrise shows.
Yeah, they gave them 50 episodes. They took 50 episodes.
Like,
it does have some CG, but it's still mostly hand-drawn mecha, so that's pretty awesome.
Like, this was sort of going in, this was 1999 to 2000, so this sort of bridged the gap between, like, cell animation and digital animation really became the norm.
And what digital animation there is well used, so, yeah.
So, this is, like, while it looks older, it's at, the prime of the 90s, so it still looks pretty good. And it's still very watchable. And most people won't complain that it's that old looking, I don't think. Unless they're stupid. In which case, they can be along with the guys who think they can hop into wine barrels in space.
That is hilarious.
Or going, well, we can just kill everybody and that'll be cool. This can be our planet.
It also proves that Gone with the Wind was big in Japan.
And that apparently Gundams are great at transporting cattle.
Yes. We could actually probably do an awesome cast on this one, too, if we can just convince Lee and/or Suze to watch it.
Oh, it's not convincing us. It's
getting hold of it and getting time.
Oh, I've gotten hold of it. I just have to watch it.
It is awesome. I think it's great the whole way through. It definitely starts growing the beard around when they start heading to go off into outer space.
Yeah, like I would definitely... Once it gets to the space, it's nothing but nonstop awesome. Even if there's some idiots. But by that point, the number of awesome people outnumber the idiots, so it works out.
And several of the awesome people were previously idiots. They just got better.
Like, even the guy who thought he could totally go back to Earth in a wine barrel, even he gets not stupid. And I was not expecting that.
I wasn't expecting him to live.
Well.
Yeah.
Let's not go further than that.
Speaking of people going out into space and surprised that they end up getting to live, since Dragon Age is the newest, latest, greatest BioWare RPG to come out, we're going to talk about Mass Effect instead.
It's like Star Trek in space.
Yes. So a long, long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away,
That's Star Wars.
BioWare made a game called Knights of the Republic.
There you go.
That was Star Wars.
That was
It was Star Wars.
It was more Star Wars than many other things that had Star Wars written on them.
So, I guess BioWare, who is a wonderful company that makes awesome PC RPGs that now also end up on consoles. Things like Baldur's Gate and Knights of the Republic. They're doing
Baldur's
the new
Gate
MMO,
2
which is
and
the
Knights
Old
of the Republic 2.
Well, technically Obsidian did Knights of the Republic 2 as well.
True.
Knights 2. The BioWare did the first Everwinter Nights and now Dragon Age. But I guess they decided that before they resumed work on Star Wars properties that they still wanted to go out into space as an RPG. And I guess they decided to do something a little more Star Trekking. Because they made Mass Effect. Mass Effect's much more like Star Trek than
Star Wars. I agree.
There's
that exploring strange new worlds, seeking out new life, new civilizations, and banging them if the text tree will let you.
Yeah. I mean, you do take, you're a captain that, flies his ship or her ship to planets. You take an away team with you.
You have a very clunky vehicle to drive around in, but hey, you're still a away team.
And, you could possibly redshirt somebody.
You pretty much do redshirt someone at the beginning of the game.
You do, actually. You do have
you
have a
red
redshirt
shirt
moment at the very beginning. I forgot all about that. You're right.
Back at the start of the game when you don't know who's actually important. One of the guys with you is important, one isn't.
So, you may ask yourself, what is Mass Effect? Well, like we said, it's a one of BioWare's, as they would like to refer to them now, massively single-player RPGs.
That's an awesome term.
Which means that it's a really, really awesome Western-style RPG with crazy text,
very text-heavy.
Very text-heavy, loud dialogue.
BioWare is big on the conversations.
Which is interesting.
Mass Effect is actually especially interesting with its conversation system because it's sort of designed with simplicity and consoles in mind and how it was designed. It was very much designed. This Mass Effect's a little bit different than their normal ones because they've thought about it as much as a first-person or a third-person shooter as much as they thought about it as an RPG.
Yes, unlike Fallout 3, where pointing and aiming doesn't really matter as much as what your skill is. Mass Effect very does much matter pointing and aiming, although it gives you that third-person shooter behind-the-shoulder view. And you have various weapons. You get sniper rifles, assault rifles, pistols, shotgun. Your usual kind of grenades, your usual kind of shooter arsenal.
But with, RPG skills that you can, put the one bumper on and choose from and activate and crap.
Yeah, and depending on who you're doing or what character you're in control of, there are various magic-like abilities.
Oh yeah, there is the biotics, which allows you to...
Or your crazy tech gimmicks from which I assume is basically hacking and medical knowledge based.
The game takes place in the far-flung future of 2183 AD.
Far enough for me.
30 years prior to that year, mankind had found a cache of technology on Mars left by an extinct race of super aliens known as the Protheans. Which allowed them to, your standard thing, where suddenly you got to bulk up their technology knowledge by many, many, many generations. And
the precursors.
Oh, snap. This thing becomes lighter when I run an electrical current through it. That's freaking weird.
And they got to meet all these other aliens and whatnot to find these things as messed. They use these giant artifacts called mass relays, which make use of the mass effect, which is apparently, as according to project director Casey Hudson explains, inside the game universe, Mass Effect is a newly discovered, for humans anyway, physics phenomenon that has properties along the lines of other physics forces such as gravity and electromagnetism. It is what physicists in real life are currently calling dark energy, as an explanation for the accelerating expansion of the universe, which has only recently been discovered and flies in the face of the previous notion that the universe's expansion should be slowing down because of gravity.
You're putting us to sleep.
Naked Leia. What? Huh?
Pretty much the mass relays allowed them to go through the equivalent of hyperspace or get to point A to point B very quickly.
They let things travel faster than light.
And also serve as the loading screen.
Yes.
And
the technology is basically what every gadget in the game uses. They have a fairly well thought out, especially if you read the little random journal entries about various tech. Very well thought out system. Reasonable, medium, firmish sci-fi.
And the whole thing is based around a council, pretty much, that, collectively controls and...
A federation, you might say.
Except in this one, humans are kind of the bottom of the rung.
Yes.
We're
instead of on the top.
newly joined to the bunch. They're the new kids on the block.
Yeah, they're the scrappy young upstarts that, want to be important, but, oh, silly guys, you're so young and inexperienced. Wait till you're older.
Leave the big space exploring up to the big, strong Vulcan. I'm sorry. I don't know. What the hell are the Vulcans in this game?
I think it's the SR. I think that's really the...
They're kind of Vulcans crossed with the hot green women from Star Trek, except they're blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what's Saren's race called again? I can't remember.
The cool lizardy guys?
Yes, exactly.
They're the cool lizardy guys who are small, not to be confused with the cool lizardy guys who are big.
Turians are the cool...
Yeah, the Krogans are the big ones.
Yeah,
Krogans are the big ones.
Krogans, I guess, look more like lizards.
Turians look like humans with awesome...
They're kind of scaly.
Face appendages.
Yeah.
Yeah, Krogans more like bipedal dinosaurs.
Yeah, and I guess, and the Turians are kind of more like a friendly monitor lizard. They certainly look friendlier, with the exception of one of the major bad guys. But,
yes.
Krogans tend to all look mean, even if they are basically nice.
Yeah.
Although most of them are pretty mean.
But let's get to what the story about this is. You'll choose your backstory and why you're important to humanity, but then you become a candidate for what's called a Spectre, which is one of the Council's elite agents that can disregard most rules and get shit done. So
they answer to the Council and the Council only,
and sometimes not even to the Council.
Yeah, sometimes you get to talk back to the Council because you're a human. That means you're more awesome than everyone, even if the universe doesn't know it yet.
Yes. Anyways, you play as Commander Shepard. That's your character. You get to choose a first name, but your last name's Shepard, which means no matter what you call yourself, they can always use Shepard as your name, which makes it easier to voice things.
Yeah, they don't have to do the avoid saying your name trick like
which
most
I hate
RPGs.
that. It kind of puts the suspension disbelief because it's like, hey there, and the text says Crapface McGee or whatever you've named your character, and they just go, hey there.
And sometimes the default name may be Sven, and you may write Crapface McGee, and the text will say Crapface McGee, but they'll go, Sven? Because I can... Yeah, guten Tag, Sven.
I did not like how Dragon Age all surveyed by making you a Grey Warden. Spoiler alert. But that, not really much of a spoiler.
No, it's not. So everyone calls you Warden.
Yeah, everyone calls you Warden. So, I mean, it works the same way, and people might call you Shepard or Commander, like the amazing being known as Wrex is.
Shepard.
That was always great when you're like, Wrex.
Shepard.
Wrex is hilarious.
Wrex is great.
Wrex and Shepard, OTP. I don't care if the game gives you no option for that.
That truly is the one you're pairing. Whether you've chosen a male or female Shepard, I don't care. It should be you and Wrex. It's the way it is.
Female Shepard and Liara.
That's the other exception.
Well, Tali, you can't forget about Tali.
Yeah, okay, but
the weird race that I don't remember the name of that you never see their faces.
No, but
you can't mate with them either.
I just know in my heart she's hot.
So, anyways, before you even meet any of the other alien races, there's just you among your ship called the SSV Normandy.
Yes.
Kicking it down with Captain Anderson.
And Seth Green.
And Seth Green is a guy named Joker.
Who's your pilot. Navigator. Whatever.
Man, he has got some great lines, especially like go after missions and talk to him. You can hear some of the funniest shit.
You're a cripple pilot.
Yes.
Yeah, he's actually got really bad... he's got a brittle bone disease that makes him so he really can't do much. But he can pilot a spaceship like
nobody's business.
And he does it damn well, too.
Yes.
And he'll let you know that.
Yes.
It's great, because in his conversation, he can go like, what are you talking about? Well, you didn't know. Oh, crap. I thought you were just screwing with me like everybody else does in the world. No, I feel like the jerk.
Yeah.
It's Seth Green. Seth Green's always fun to have in your game. So is Keith David, for that matter.
Yes.
You may know him recently as the voodoo witch doctor guy from Princess and the Frog.
Which was an excellent movie, by the
Yes,
way.
or the voice of Goliath from Gargoyles. Well, he's an awesome voice actor or real actor to have in your project.
And, and also, I would like to give extra props to Jennifer Hale, who does the female version of Commander Shepard.
Does a great job.
She does an amazing job, like, way better than Mark Meer does as the male Shepard. The male Shepard, he does it's kind of a crappy male Shepard.
Yeah, I've played both, mostly through the game. I finished one playthrough, but I played most of the way through as a male as well. I like the female Shepard better.
So, there you hear, folks. If you're playing this game, you should play as the female Shepard. But if no other reason, much better voice actor.
Yes.
So anyways, you found another beacon.
Prothean beacon.
Which means you're thinking, oh man, we remember last time we got a Prothean beacon, got all this crazy information, they would have to get a new one. Oh boy. And so you hop on along with this other Turian Spectre named Nihilus, who's here to watch you because you might become a Spectre yourself. If you're lucky.
First human Spectre.
Isn't it special?
Maybe the other races won't think you guys are such jerks if you got a Spectre.
Then all the other reindeers.
Yeah.
Shush, it's not Christmas anymore.
Oh, then all the other New Year. Oh, shit.
Moving on.
Rudolph's Shiny New Year.
You decide to go to the planet to find this beacon, only to find out it's overrun with Geth.
Which are the synthetic
life forms, alien, Borg,
robot,
like,
Borg,
gonna kill everything.
Killer robots.
I mean, they're creepy. I mean, they kill people and turn them into some sort of zombies by having these huge spikes junk out of the ground. Oh, they're crazy shit going on.
Yes.
Yeah, the Geth are freaky. They come in a variety of shapes and sizes.
All deadly.
Yeah, lots of different guns and missiles and
they're led by who is supposed to be another Spectre known as Saren, who serves as pretty much the main villain throughout your adventure.
He's a bastard.
And pretty much both him and you access information in the beacon. Then you realize, oh crap, there's something huge and bad about to happen. I better go save the universe. And the council's like, oh, well, maybe something's wrong.
Can't just go accusing a Spectre willy-nilly of wrongdoing and negligence.
We don't know if Saren's evil. And pretty much you have to prove that Saren's evil and there's a threat and save the world from the threat. And you can do it because you're motherfucking Shepard.
Look, just because a man has scrawled, I'm an evil bastard in the blood of innocent babies on the wall of his room doesn't mean he's evil.
Even if it says, P.S., by the way, I'm really evil at the bottom.
Not a joke.
Totally freaking evil. In fact, I just killed an extra baby just so I have enough blood to write this. Fuck you.
That pretty much sums up Saren.
But the game is really great because aside from this, main quest, there are all these other things happening. And in fact, if you go on one mission and it's for the main quest and something happens, you can follow it up and, there's just so much content.
Pretty much like every BioWare game, if you just wander around and attempting to follow the main plot, you will run into people who will give you many little side plots to participate in. Also, you can pretty much just take your ship to anywhere, any little glowing star in the sky, and there might be a planet there.
Now, admittedly, my one real downside to the game, I'll have two major complaints. One is that whenever you drop down a planet, you have to use the Mako, which is your all-terrain vehicle, and controlling it sucks balls.
Yeah.
Well, for me, as long as you know where you're going and you don't have to get over mountains, it's okay. But you throw in mountains in the equation and you get me cussing.
I would just tend to just kept pushing forward till I got over the damn mountain.
Now, of course, I did play the PC version, which, looks better and had a much better inventory system. It might have had extra worse Mako controls. That could be it.
I occasionally had to wiggle around a little, but I usually pretty much went in a straight line. There were a couple planets that seemed to have gravity too high to just get over big mountains, and I had to try to plot a course around them.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But my other big problem is that when you actually got to land on planets, unless they were story planets,
They were pretty much the same planet.
especially the same planet, it was horribly barren, nothing really, and you just sort of drove over the surface, like more like a bunch of moons.
You'd occasionally find an angry squirrel or something.
Yeah, like there wasn't that much to them.
I mean, there really was just like find mineral deposits, which would give you some extra cash as well as complete like the little thing in its head that's like you've completed these many missions.
I do like the Mako because I like to run over people.
Yeah, and sometimes it's your only hope because there's big scary monsters that are too big for people.
Screw that, I just mow them down. I had Wrex on my side, it was fine. I had gigantic weapons.
Well, there are the occasional bigger than your Mako monster, but not many.
Well, okay, yeah, those I kind of had to shoot. But, that wasn't... I usually backed far away, threw a couple of gigantic volleys of explosives at them. They worked out pretty well. That said, the actual, when you get to on, an actual story planet, even those are very much classic BioWare. Here's, 10 quests and plot threads that you have to go through.
Yeah.
Before you even, get into the actual combat areas. Go have fun and search around.
Yeah.
There'll be lots of people to talk to. Usually talking to everyone who will talk to you is in some way worthwhile.
Yeah.
And if you're impatient, you'll still get the main story if you don't talk to everybody.
Also gives you the option to, say, be the nice goody-goody Boy Scout or the badass hardline do-it-your-way or the highway asshole pal. It affects the overall game to do this.
And they call, instead of good and evil, now it's renegade for the bastardly do-it-yourself way, and Paragon?
Paragon. Being,
for the high and mighty.
Being the goody two-shoes Boy Scout and helping every poor dumb bastard who comes across your path.
That said, I was totally a Paragon.
Yes, I was too. Although I started racking up some assholishness on the second playthrough with my shepherd who looked suspiciously like Abe Lincoln.
That is awesome, by the way.
What can I say? Abe Lincoln brings out the asshole in me.
Now they did a really neat thing, which hope they do with more games. I love the conversation system in this one.
Yes,
where pretty much you have a wheel, a circle, and each part of the circle is partitioned off, kind of like a pie chart, where each part where if you have your either mouse selected on it or you have the analog stick in the same position, is how you'll answer it.
Yes.
And you can always be pretty sure that the top right-hand corner is good, the bottom right-hand corner is Renegade, top is Paragon, the middle is neutral. And then the left side are I want more information questions.
Yeah. And there are even top and bottom where if you get intimidate or charm, you can browbeat or seduce someone with your either Paragon or Renegade powers.
Paragon increases your charm, which I think it gives you. I can't remember. One of them lowers the prices of items, and the other one raises buyback prices.
I think it's Renegade that raises buyback.
The charm lowers the price, and the intimidate raises the payback.
Because you're going, hey man, buy this shit.
You want to take this gun back. It just wasn't that great.
But you give me an extra 5%.
Yeah, but, Renegade gives you Intimidate, and you get to, scare the shit out of people, and Paragon Charm lets you, just, smooth talk your way into that extra information.
And you don't really have to be just Paragon or just Renegade. You want to pick a general direction, but if you decide that you want just to do a little Renegade on the side, you're not going to really be that penalized for it.
True, and the 2 meters aren't exclusively swing back and forth. They fill up separately.
Yeah, so it's not like you're going to not get up the Paragon.
In fact, if you can reuse the same character on a second playthrough, and then you could maybe up the other one.
And also your party members aren't going to freak out over you. I mean, they'll have different opinions of you, but they're not going to.
It's possible to there's a character who at a point in the game can find your course of action so wrong you may have to kill them.
Yes, but you can also totally talk them out of it and even agree to do it themselves.
Yes.
Like, if you're good enough at it.
That's the great thing. If you're persuasive enough, you can actually change their opinion. It's pretty awesome.
And even in, like, the quests that they give you, there are multiple ways you can finish a quest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember at one point in one of the areas, there's a merchant who's fencing black market goods through the shop. And you can go to the main guy, and you can go, who's in charge, like, hey, there's this guy doing this, what should I do? And he's like, oh, well, if you give me the name, I can turn him in. Or you can say, screw it, trick him into giving you the stuff, and then helping out the merchant. Either way, you can complete you'll complete the quest, or you can even just tell the merchant, sod off, I'm not going to fence your goods.
Mm-hmm.
And this is all just one quest, and you can choose how you want to do it. And you'll still get the experience, and you'll get something out of it, no matter what you do. And that's really neat.
And there's so many ways for you to have a unique experience with it. It just makes gameplay that more fulfilling and more of a replay value.
And there are multiple class selections. Not that we've really...
Yeah, there's a soldier.
Soldier is kind of default. Like the game, if you just hit default, you're going to be male shepherd soldier.
Yeah.
But there's also people you can specialize in tech abilities, or the biotic psychic powers, or a combination of any two of the above.
I can tell you, at least in the first game, I played Infiltrator because I'm like, oh man, I'm going to use sniper rifles. I never really got to use a sniper rifle.
It's unfortunate.
Until like the last stage of the game, I really didn't use a sniper rifle. I was always using my pistols.
There were some areas where I used sniper rifles, but it was very, very slim.
There are really a couple places where sniper rifles are really helpful. I mostly used the shotgun. I played a soldier the first time through. I mostly used the shotgun.
I used shotgun and assault rifle.
The assault rifle is also handy on occasion.
And also, what I thought was impressive at the beginning, you choose some through profiles that tell exactly why you're famous within the human ranks, and people keep referring to that, like you held off a whole battalion by yourself.
Yeah, there are a couple specific quests that may pop up if you find them based on your background.
And also, once you get to a certain point, you actually get an awesome chance to get a prestige class.
Yes.
And you get to do it by going to the moon. Mm-hmm. And get to pal around the moon. That is really neat because it really does look like
the moon.
Yes, our moon.
And like eventually you actually see as you drive up the moon, you actually did suddenly see the Earth creep up behind you, and it looks really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go through a really kind of generic shoot things a lot quest.
Yeah.
But you get an awesome prestige class, and you got to see the Earth and the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that was pretty awesome. But overall, the game is really, really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it's a blast.
The shooting is fun. I hear, it is one of those. It's like Fallout in that technically, when you shoot at something, there's a die roll that's determining how well you shoot, not your ability to actually shoot. Which I like because I'm not that great at the shooting. So by just being able to pump up my stats, I was able to become much more awesome than I normally can be.
Well, being able to directly aim, though, is more of an influence than in Fallout.
Well, yeah, I mean, aiming does take effect, but how well you hit is still...
There's kind of a little circle of effect, and if you get the guy anywhere in that circle, you'll probably hit him.
Mm-hmm.
And the game actually has adjustable settings for how much auto-aim there is. You can make it really completely dependent on your
if you want to go
actual
full
aiming
FPS.
skill. Yeah.
And I hear the sequel also really, it's very much more of a shooter than it is the first one, which makes sense since that's kind of the marker they're going for.
Mm. Yeah, I hope it still has the walk around and talk to everybody on God's green earth and every other planet.
Oh yeah,
aspect.
It still does,
because that's why I really look for in a BioWare game.
Well, it wouldn't be BioWare otherwise. I feel
it's true, and and they're doing some pretty crazy things with the storyline, but even the ending was pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to hop on straight into the spoilers now?
Spoiler. Just not much fun. Though.
God damn you, Saren, you son of a bitch. How dare you kill Dumbledore and Spike Spiegel in the same blast of ether.
That didn't happen.
Oh. So, okay. Stuff happens in Mass Effect.
Is there anything that spoilerific in the game? That
Well, you do get
really
to choose who
talk about?
dies between Ashley and Kaiden.
Yeah, there are your two human characters.
And one of them's gonna die.
One of them's going to die, and one might be your love interest, and you might choose that one to die.
And pretty much you have a choice. A racist or someone who's terribly boring.
Wait, which is...
Ashley was the racist, human power.
Oh, yeah.
And then Kaiden or Kaiden, whatever the hell it's pronounced, was kind of boring.
It wasn't that... Okay, I totally went the lesbian route, but...
Well, I totally went for the, what's-her-face, the daughter of the matriarch who you totally killed.
Yeah, the alien who's not... Well, her whole race is female, so it's not like it's really the lesbian roots.
It's good enough for me.
It is.
I mean, I feel that if you're going to be a Starfleet, Spectre, for the Council, it is your job to get with the alien.
To boldly go where no man has gone before, in as many species as possible.
That's right. Sorry, Wrex, they wouldn't let me.
I know. I'm disappointed.
And Wrex, you could technically have to kill, unless you can talk him down.
Yeah.
Because he sort of has a chance to possibly, save his race of Krogans, and then you go, no, it's the bad guys doing it, so it's probably evil, so we probably should kill him, and you should lose his chance. And then if you're good enough, he'll go, I guess you're right.
I guess we'll have another chance to save my entire species who are pretty much dying off. Maybe. It might happen. Maybe
Bunch
in
of
the
losers
sequel.
anyway.
Yeah.
You were pretty kick-ass.
Yeah.
Shepard.
Wrex.
And so, there's that. Or just the fact where the ending was, it turns out that you're going after the, the conduit.
Yes.
What happens, the conduit is just a portal back to the Citadel.
Where the
which is
game
itself,
started.
Which is its own mass relay that goes out to dark space where all the Reapers are.
Yeah, who are basically robot Satan. I don't know.
Yeah, and when you go to the conduit, you have the chance to go, hey, robot Satan, come on down. It's time to kill all the humans and every other organic life form that's intelligent.
Kill all the humans! And Saren's spaceship that is actually a Reaper.
It was actually Reaper Sovereign, who's actually the main villain, is Saren's spaceship. Which means that it's not really, the sudden, oh no, that's the main villain, because he's been there the entire time.
They do even talk about how it's like the ship is weird, and that,
Yes.
It warps your mind to be on it.
Yeah, for the indoctrination. And it turns out it's because it's a living being who is in fact indoctrinating people.
That Saren, although big bad he is, in his own way, is more of a puppet to go into the places where the giant spaceship can't actually just walk around.
Although, man, that final fight in the Citadel where he looks like Locutus of Borg.
Yeah.
Well, I had an argument with my coworker because he thinks Mass Effect's more like Star Wars. Or I think it's more like Star Trek. I'm like, look, did you not see Saren in the very final battle? Where he looks like Picard when he was Borg.
Kinda.
Like, he looks like a Borg just as a Turian.
Yeah, he's very obviously cybernetic at that point, although not that this game has any particular prejudice against cybernetics.
No, not really.
He's looking even more and more mechanical as the game goes on.
Yeah.
Like it is absorbing him. He's becoming part of it.
And it's more like, Sovereign's building more and more Sovereign parts into him.
Yes.
So eventually he turns into pretty much a mechanical Sovereign being.
Yes. To the point where, if you're very persuasive, you might even convince him he's wrong and he should kill himself. And then he'll get back up and fight you some more because he's too mechanical.
Yeah, like that got me. Like, I actually did convince him to, I thought he was going to join my side. Mm-hmm. And then he goes, "You're right, Shepard. points his gun to his head, and she pulls her. I watch him blow his brains out. I was like, "Oh my god!" I was not expecting that.
Boy, I'm persuasive.
Like, wow! I was kind of stunned.
And he's
that got me.
getting back up.
Well, no, yeah, you tell her, like, go make sure he's dead, and he walks in, and the guy was for mine. It was Wrex. He shoots him in the head again. Like, just point, like you see the blood splatter out of his head, like, as the laser hits him, and he still gets up and fights. You get to fight him again. Like, I was like, what? Holy crap, Sovereign! You're a pretty strong dude. Keep Saren alive like this.
And then Seth Green saves the universe.
Pretty much.
Yep.
So did you choose to save the council, or you let him?
I chose to save the council. I was a goody two-shoes.
I totally let them die.
I was like,
at that point, I was like, what did the council ever... Like, when Wrex was like, what did the council ever do for you? And I'm like, nothing. Fuck those
nothing at
guys.
all. Screw them.
They got in my way every single turn. So did you have a chance to appoint a human to the council?
I don't remember. It's been so long.
Because I totally had a chance, and I totally chose Captain Anderson.
I think I did. I think that happened.
Like,
either way, it was cool. But
yeah, like that was like, going to that final IOS and meeting like the Laprothian, VI that's broken, and discovering that, oh wait, it's the Citadel the whole time.
Yep.
And then that mass relay monument that's in the Citadel is actually a mass relay just for, a person to walk through. That was funny. Then watching like the screwed up tourist bot.
Yeah.
That VI that tells you everything. It's all like freaking out and constantly changing shapes and positions and stuff. Look really creepy.
Yes, I'm
yeah.
very interested to see how that you could change the ending somewhat will play out in the sequel.
Well, I know that for it, what they're doing is you can import your character, or if you start fresh, they'll ask you questions on what happened in the past, and answering it will change. Or you can import your character directly. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet.
It'll be interesting.
Because I kind of want to import my character and have all that stuff, but I want to make sure I'm able to actually change what I look like. Because I know they're going to have much better facial creations.
Yeah.
And while I was okay with my shepherd, I still thought she looked kind of dumb.
Hopefully, like the second episode of Penny Arcade, you'll import your data, but you'll be able to change your appearance.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. And if we want to understand what they're doing with the second game, how they're starting it back up, I think we should get that option, but we'll see. If not, if I can't decide, if I can't choose a face I don't actually like, then I'm probably just going to just keep my old character and keep going with it, because it was tolerable.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that really wasn't a very long spoiler section, was it?
No, not really.
No, not really.
Not many big spoilers, and stuff.
All right, well then. So how did you feel when Saren killed all the entire cast of Higurashi?
I felt sad because I thought the Higurashians were just about to resolve everything this time through.
And then Saren's like, no! Bang, 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 bang.
And Keiichi's like, ah! And Raina's like, "Darren's so cute, I want to take him home. How?"
That's exactly how it happened.
That's right.
And the snowmobile scene was awesome.
And that part with the narwhal was totally illegal.
Well,
Only in 38 states.
We're not talking about the controversy of the narwhal, all right?
Okay.
Like, no more. It's been done. It's over with.
Fox News totally overemphasized the narwhal.
Yeah, they did.
Just because it has a blowhole.
So,
those have blowholes.
Mass Effect. How awesome's out of awesome?
I say it's massively, effectively awesome.
I usually have a good quip for these things. It's awesome.
Wow, Kevin.
No, you gotta give me like, you can give me like 5 Krogans out of awesome. That's fine. But I gotta get some. You gotta give us an actual
4
quantitative.
4 Krogan testicles of awesome.
Do they have like 4 testicles?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have 4
Wow.
testicles.
I forgot all about that.
I don't know why I remember that. Okay, maybe they have like 6 or 3, but they've got way more balls than we do.
It's true. It shows. I'm going to give it 25 awesomes out of a fleet
Of awesome.
of awesomes, and the fleet is 15 narwhals.
Sounds good to me.
Curse you, narwhal.
You can now, because Mass Effect's been out for many
Ever.
a while.
Well,
You can get it for pretty cheap. It's a platinum hit on Xbox 360, so it's $20.
pretty sure it's available on their games on demand if you're hooked up to Xbox Live. Also $20.
I'm pretty sure that you can buy it for PC. It's $20. Possibly as cheap as 15. It's also on Steam.
Ooh,
And
Steve.
now that you put it on Steam, you can play it on Windows 7, and it'll actually start. Like, I was actually playing this game a few months ago, and I was at the final battle, finally on iOS, was about to show Saren what for. Then I install Windows 7,
Bye-bye.
and it doesn't start up. Mass Effect worked on Windows 7. Steam worked on Windows 7, but for some reason the game could not launch from Steam on Windows 7. It can now. They've now fixed the problem, and so I beat the game yesterday, so it was awesome. But just to let you know that does exist.
You probably won't pay more than $20 for this, and it is way worth $20.
It is so worth $20. Like, there's no question about it. So I guess with that, thank you. We've had a great new year, and stay awesome.
I bet the party was great. Is going to be great.
It was awesome.
It was amazing. The narwhals were to die for.
Oh, I'm dead, I guess.